I mean, you don't want to seem overzealous with a full-on rager. But you don't want to insult the woman either. I mean,
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the table. Today we are taking a look at a brand new knife from SergeKnives.com. And so this one right here is the Rager. So the Rager, I like the name of that knife, of course. It's a very cool, bigger size everyday carry folder. So what we see right here is just this very wicked, awesome blade. And the handles, of course, on this variant are a beautiful carbon fiber. So what's really cool about this knife, what kind of drew me to it, is just the shape of the blade and the handle, the way they interact with each other. Because, I mean, you could lay this knife flat on a table, and there is a lot of space right here under the blade, which makes it kind of unique because you don't always see knives with the blade with a higher center of gravity. So this is a really cool design. Really nice button lock action. So I just kind of wanted to check this knife out, give you my first impressions, make some comparisons, but let's take a look at the knife itself. So this is a big knife, much bigger than what I normally carry, but we can see in the overall length right here. We're going to take a look at the blade length. From tip to handle, we're at about 4 inches long, and the sharpened edge is about 3¼ inches. Overall length almost reaching 9, so like 8¾ inches there. So it's a big boy. And so there are a lot of larger everyday carry knives that are very common out there. So we can make some comparisons to those in just a second. But really, one of the stars of the show right here are going to be these carbon fiber handles. So we can see very nicely done, this marbled carbon fiber look to it. Very nice and smooth on both sides. And what we also have inside there are these thick titanium slabs, these liners. And if we look in there, you'll notice it's really well skeletonized to help with weight reduction, because for a knife this size, the weight is coming in at 3.8 ounces. So it's not a heavyweight knife, even though it is nice and large in hand. It is a big full size folder. So very, very nice to look at. Hand feel is excellent. The blade right here, as you can see on the markings, we have Serge's logo right there, Serge Knife Company. The blade steel is an N690, and with that really nice stonewash finish. So thank you for a stonewash. All too many knives nowadays are either satin or blacked out, but I love a good stonewash blade. I love how this show side of the blade is completely sterile. And the markings are just what we have right here. I believe this is serial number 14. I'm not sure how many were made in this run, but what's really nice about the way Serge releases his knives, let's say carbon fiber is not your thing. I can almost guarantee there are going to be future runs of this knife in different materials. I think there was already a run of this knife in micarta, so it would not surprise me to see the same knife released again later on in some sort of colored G10. Would not surprise me at all. So if you like this knife but the carbon fiber isn't your thing, just wait. Follow Serge's Instagram page and see when the next release will happen. But really nice, just great fit and finish. And I forget which company, which OEM he said had made these for him, whether it was Best Tech or another one. But either way, really nice work they did on the knife. You can check out the centering right there, which is of course really good. The button lock is excellent. I mean, you can just use the button lock to release the knife. It's just a real nice handleable knife, very fidgety. So if you like your knives to be very fidgety, this is going to be one that may float your boat. So really nice design. What also came with the knife, we got some Torx tools here. So everything from T6 to T8, which is going to be what you need to take apart the knife should that ever happen. We have 3 different tools right there that were provided in the box. Box standard packaging right there, of course, like we saw with the name on it. So very nicely done. But I do want to make some size comparisons because, of course, this is a larger everyday carry knife, much bigger than what I would normally carry on my own. So the number one knife I think of when I want to compare this to something is going to be the Spyderco Endura. So this one right here, we can just put them side by side and give you an idea of what these two knives look like. And you can see the similarities in size, even kind of in blade shape. They both have kind of that leaf-shaped style blade, although the grinds are totally different. But size-wise, if you've ever held the Spyderco Endura, you can see this one is an excellent analog for that. So this is the Spyderco Endura, the Serge Rager, and then I found this gas station knife too that I think I can throw out here for comparison as well. It's also a larger knife. Not the prettiest knife on the table, but it's a bigger knife, a bigger everyday carry. I think it's a little bit heavier than the Serge is, with G10 handles and everything. So we have the Endura, the Rager, this gas station knife, and I think they all make for a great comparison of 3 different knives on the table. So tell me what you think about those. So again, these different knives, let me put those off to the side. What we're looking at here is the Rager, and the Rager is a cool name, but I really think that this knife kind of resembles something like a bird of prey, like a condor or a vulture or something like that, just with the way this blade hangs over the handle. I think a bird style name would have been awesome for this one, but it just really is reminiscent of that, like the Raven or the Corvus or the Crow. I'm sure there are knives already named that. Maybe that's not why we're not getting it that way. But just a gorgeous, gorgeous blade in total. I'm really impressed with what this looks like and feels like out of the box. Only real downsides, if you're a lefty, we only have a single position pocket clip. Nice titanium clip, little bit of a spoon shaped here at the end. And I think it's simple. It's not deep carry, but it goes in and out of pocket without any trouble. We have standoffs here in the back, so full open design. You can see that button lock action in there. So you can see that lockup, nice and solid. Detent is excellent. I haven't been able to shake the blade out of the handle yet, but again, you tap that button and the blade is going to fly out. And that's something, again, adds to that lovely, lovely fidget factor. So not too much more I can say about this knife, other than that it's pretty darn impressive. Now for the price with N690 steel, some people might complain about that because sometimes we see N690 on a lot lower end blades. But again, in this case, what we're seeing here are higher end materials with like the carbon fiber, full titanium, so it does not surprise me to see that. And again, that's not a huge downside for me in particular, but just know what you're buying. If you're buying this knife, know what you're getting. That's always a good plan for when you're making big purchases like this. So I want to say it was around 160, 170, and you're supporting a maker who's having his ideas produced for him overseas in China. So again, this is a imported knife. Nothing wrong with that at all, because of course everything is fully transparent. You know where your knife is coming from, and you're supporting a maker here in the United States. At least I think he's in the US, right? But either way, hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you have any questions about the Rager or want to see any size comparisons, things like that, I think I showed quite a few of those, but this one's just a really cool knife. So I hope you all have a knife day. I'd love to hear your comments about the Rager down below, but I want you all to have a knife day. See you later. Bye.